I lied. I'm just gonna call legs at that last set of fucking hacks. That was nice. That was freaking nice. I think next quad day, barbell squats are gonna get thrown in again, which I don't know if you know how I feel about barbell squats, but guess what? I freaking like them. Let's get the exposure turned down one more little notch. Let's see how quads look. I had Eye of the Tiger playing for that last set. I'm not gonna say it's absolutely necessary, but playing some badass music, especially music that reminds you of some badass shit, it's gonna fucking hype you up, right? If you got your favorite anime and there's a specific AMV that you like with a badass funk song or like an edit, listening to that kind of music, not only do you get the hype from just a badass song, but if you're fucking imagining Goku fighting Broly, you're probably gonna go hard on leg extensions. I say that with a pretty solid ass degree of certainty. But oh my god, big ass fucking shirt with tiny shorts is an interesting look at best. Yeah, fuck it, let's just take these fuckers all the way off. Oh my goodness. So, how are we looking? What do you guys think? Had a solid amount of quad. I like it. Obviously, I want them to be freaking 10 times bigger, but this current moment in time, I'm not dissatisfied. The only thing that's really upsetting me is the fact that I still have veins, aka I need to start eating some more fucking food. Woo. But little calf check, no pump. They're there. Yeah, I'm kind of lucky. Calves aren't really a weak point for me. So plan now, probably continue to catch my breath. And well, let me pull up a chair. Let's have a discussion. So, why do I lift covered up? What do I get out of it? Is it because I don't want to show off? Is it because I think I'm super small and I don't want to look at myself? What's the logic there? I think it's worth noting. Yeah, I think most people are lifting in fucking tanks and the shortest shorts they can get their hands on. I've said this before, but I'll just reiterate it again. I just don't want to be distracted. I feel like if you're lifting and you're totally fucking exposed, then to an extent, I think you're kind of just focusing on stuff that's unnecessary, right? I don't need to be looking at my fucking quads while I'm doing my set, right? Because that's like the bigger picture. That's the big picture at the end, right? While I'm lifting, all I want to focus on is pretty much contraction / exertion. I don't need to be admiring anything or like walking across the gym to get a drink and then in between sets, hitting a quad flex just to see how I'm looking. That's just kind of how I feel about it there. And apart from that, which that is pretty much why I don't, lift totally exposed, but it lets the lifts work up to something, It lets me come into the gym my normal size, or at least for whatever muscle I'm hitting. And then once the workout's done, once all the good badass sets are complete, then not only do I get to say, okay, now I'm done. Whew, take a big breath, whatever. But I also get to get a bit excited and say, holy shit, let's walk over to the mirror. Let's see what I did. It's just fucking sweet. So apart from that, one thing that I have been thinking about is I wish I got a little phone tripod earlier. Not just to like record lifts. Honestly, look, I mean, I'm not going to say this with complete certainty. I don't stand behind this completely. But, if you're a beginner, I don't necessarily think you need to be recording every lift, posting every lift. It's really just a distraction. Honestly, the only reason I'm comfortable you know, fucking recording every set and like in between all my sets saying some shit, is because I have a pretty good grasp on what I'm doing. At least I think so. So for me to hit record, say a little something, and then do my set, doesn't really bother me. It doesn't really take away from my lifts. So, but what I was trying to say was having a tripod does help a bit, because you got to think, when you take pictures of yourself as a beginner in the mirror, you're pretty much locked into only a couple of poses. You know, I think we all scroll back into our camera roll or, you know, our Snapchat memories or whatever, and you see a lot of the same poses, right? Maybe you're holding the phone in one hand doing a double bi, or you're holding the phone backwards doing a back double bi, or like half of a back lat spread or shit like that. You know, I wish I had a fucking tripod early on, just so I could have a lot more poses of me like hitting lat spreads and, you know, other shit, purely just to look at the progress over time. Because when I go back to my earlier like pose downs, when all I was doing is, you know, tracking progress, you know, I wish I had some more shots. That's all I'm really trying to say there. So let's put our big boy pants back on, get in the car, and prepare to have some knowledge bestowed upon me by a living legend.